I'm back to do another video. Um, I'd like to give gratitude to those that have subscribed to my channel, old subscribers and new subscribers. Um, those that are uh, viewing me, thank you. Those that are commenting, thank you. Wherever it is, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And if it is night where you are, hopefully you're having a great night. This is going to be a good one. I knew I should have got up to get me another lighter. This one's still hanging on a little bit. Not very much fluid in it, so gotta give me another one. Clear the energy. Make it nice and comfortable. Any negative energies, clear it out. This Palo Santo stick is lasting a long time, which is good. Burning really slow. Having earbuds, earpods, if you're on a PC, whatever you may be on, I ask that you turn it down. I'm going to bring my singing bowl, and we're going to get started. Here we go. All right. Now, I don't want anyone to take offense to this. Even those that are over in Jerusalem, even those that are in the religious realm, so to speak. This video is about living in the past. And I know there's a lot of prophecies that has not been fulfilled in the Old Testament and the New Testament. But these are where they need to be. These are history. This is the past. And this is here and now, the present. And sooner or later, those books are going to be replaced with another book that has been written. And I'm not saying that it's not good to read them, because it is history, but it is also a lot of discrepancies and a lot of lost and hidden things that are supposed to be there that are not there. But I see my past and my future within these books. And things that have been shown to me out of these books, what is to come. And right now we're in Revelations, what is the things to come, but you have beginning and you have ending. And Revelations is the ending, but it also is the beginning. It speaks about the beginning, which is the new heaven and new earth, which is to come about, which is a new book. a lot of people are living in the past, in the Old Testament. And I remember saying to my mom that I lived by the Old Testament. But in fact, this was far from the truth, which I didn't lie to her, but I felt at that time that I felt that the Old Testament is where the original began. And it actually began long before the Bible was even ever written, you know. So this is where I feel that what's happened in the past, you know, is no longer relevant, but it is relevant because I see myself and I see what I've been through and I see what the Holy Spirit's been showing me is in the past, present, and the future. Because there's a past, and then there's the present, which is Revelation, and then there's the future, which is the new book that is to be released. So I believe that there's a lot of things that have been fulfilled when it comes to the Old Testament, but also the New Testament. There's things that haven't been fulfilled, and I know I'm saying this again a second time, but I'm really saying get out of the past. It's irrelevant, but it's irrelevant because you can't base your life off of the past. And I did at that one point when I told my mother that I'm strictly by the Old Testament, and she said she's the New Testament, but in actuality, I'm actually about the the present moment, and what's to come. And a lot of these things that hasn't been fulfilled, I feel that they're not going to be fulfilled. And I feel that what's written in Revelations is what's happening right now. And what's written in Revelations is to come. It's what's about to happen. Because the Old Testament is old. It's done away with. It's no more. Living and basing your life off the old is no more. This is done. It's done away with. It's done. Even though it's history, it's still done. The New Testament is basically done because we're nearing the end, and the present is about to arise. And a new book is going to arise as well. But I see everything that's happened to me in that book. And I was only told to read a few chapters out of that book. And mainly where I'm seeing myself is really out of Revelations. Not so much as all the other ones. I don't see myself in the Old Testament, even though Ezra and Ezekiel is in the Old Testament, but I only see myself in Revelations because this is where Revelations end, and then where I begin, which is the present moment, and the present of what's about to happen. So we're no longer in the Old Testament. So all of these old ways will be done away with. All of this old way of thinking, old way of being will be done away with. I've written some stuff down about living in the past and how they did things in the past, sacrificing animals and the temple, and how they carried the seat of mercy, or say the ark. There's so much I've written about that I honestly do not want to grab my phone and just start looking and reading, and because I feel I should already have this up here. But basically what I'm saying is, it's all about you. And it's you making a new chapter for your life, and not living in the past, or reverting to the past of what happened in the past, because that was before your time. And I always say this in a lot of my videos, that when people start to speak about Jesus Christ, when they started to speak about Moses and all these other people, and I'm like, it's before my time. I can only go by what happened to me spiritually, and I can see my life, and I can see the things that's happened spiritually to me, and I can see what the Holy Spirit has shown me through the Bible. But I don't base what's being spoken, because it's history. It's somebody else's story. It's about writing your own story. It's about not living in the past. It's about not living in the Old Testament and not living in the New Testament. It's about you making your own testament. It's about you making your own life. I mean, not making your own life, but writing about your own life, showing, seeing what's the presence for you, what's the present for you, your spiritual experiences. That's what you need to go by. That's what I feel everyone should go by, is their spiritual experiences, not with something that's been written thousands of years ago. Because it's not you. You were never there. It's not your past. It's not your past. And that's what this video is about. Stop living in the past, because it's not yours. It's not your past. It's not something you written. It's not something that affected you in any kind of way. Because I don't live my life on the past. I live my life on the present moment and what's to come. Because this is why I was told to study Revelations, and I see my life in Revelations. A lot of people are so afraid of Revelation, but these are things to come. These are the things that have come to pass. These are the things that are going to come to the future. This is the end. Revelations is the end of this book. It is the end of this book, which it is a part of the New Testament, but it's the end of this book. And there's a new chapter. There is a new book to be written. So you have to write your own book. You have to write your own, what you have been through, or keep note of it, or give your testimony of what you have seen, what the Almighty has shown, what the Holy Spirit has shown you, what the Spirit of the Christ light within you have shown you. And this is what I mean by living in the past, because that's old. It was not your time. You are not there. None of it. You're supposed to be in the present moment and what's happening right now today. So living in the past is of the past. It's not a new thing. It's an old thing. And even the New Testament is an old thing, very old thing. And not like the past is not important. It is important because it tells the future. It tells a story. And in that story, you may see yourself like I've seen myself in those stories. But the Holy Spirit was showing me those stories to show me exactly who I am and where I come from, and potentially the bloodline and the promise that was given. So in these times today, you have to write your own story. You know, past is the past. This is the future. This is right now. This is living in the moment. This is experiencing the moment of what the Holy Spirit shows you. That is what this is about. Stop living in the past. Stop living someone else's life. Stop living someone else's story that they've written. It's your own story. Whatever the Holy Spirit shows you, that's what you believe. Whatever you experience, and it is a phenomenon that's unexplained. It's what you believe. It's what's been shown to you, and it's undeniable that these things have been shown to you. For me, it's undeniable because I've been shown who I am and why I'm here. I've been shown these things. I've been shown the beginning and the end for myself because it's written. It's someone else's writing. But if you think about it, everything that's written is by visions, dreams, and clear audio in that book. And some of them are experiences. Some of them are experiences that these people experience with the Holy Spirit and why they're being told and why they're being sent. Like John. John is all of Revelations because this is what the Holy Spirit has shown him. And this is what I see. I see what's being written through John is where I see where I begin and where John testaments end and my testaments begin. So this is the message. Go by what has happened to you spiritually. And don't let anything change your mind. Don't let anyone change your mind about what you've been through. Don't let anyone tell you different. Don't let no one tell you different. What you experience, what has been shown to you, don't let anyone tell you different. Everyone's story is different because it is their story. It is their life. It's what's been shown to them. Just the same as those books, Old Testament and New Testament, is something that was shown to them and for them and them alone. But if you see yourself in those writings, then it's for you at that, not at that time, but it's to show you where you're coming from and where you will end and where you will begin. So I'm going to leave this here. I think I spoke enough for today. And thank you all for watching, subscribing, commenting. If you are abroad, leave a comment. Let me know who you are. I'd like to know if I'm reaching my hand as far as I can pass this message along to whomever. Each one teach one. I'm going to say this is the end of my video for today. And till next time, ancestor of the carrying race and Lyran race, Line of Judah, out.